Hey, Mike with Rove Pest Control here. In today's video, I want to give you 3 tips you can use to keep your home pest free. So the first thing that you want to focus on is going to be exclusion, and that's basically sealing cracks and crevices around your home. Now, what a lot of people don't understand is this can't always be 100% effective. As your home ages, it's going to start to settle and it'll develop cracks and crevices again around your home. But what happens is sometimes those are underground, right? They're around the foundation. So there's not really a whole lot you can do for sealing those on that end of it. But there is a lot of the activities you can do to seal cracks and crevices around your home. So some of the common areas you want to pay attention to will be entryways like doors, so installing door sweeps. Windows usually have little gaps in them, so you can install weather stripping. Making sure that your screen doors or screened in windows are properly sealed. They don't have holes in it, so make sure those are good to go. And then you can cover up dryer vents, so sometimes rodents can get in there. And there's a whole lot of other different entry points that pests can get into. And again, some pest control services will help you with exclusion where they can seal different entry points around your home. And a lot of time that's a better option because it can be very time consuming and tedious and costly for you. And then at the same time, since a lot of times you won't have a lot of experience, there's a lot of areas you can miss. And like I said, what can happen with exclusion is it is definitely effective, but it's usually not 100% effective because spots will get missed. And again, new cracks and crevices open up over time. But exclusion and focusing on sealing those entry points is one great way to prevent pest issues in your home. Now, another thing that we recommend is doing an outside treatment around your home, where a pest control service can treat the outside of your home and create a barrier around it. And this can really reduce pest numbers and then also prevent a lot of different pest issues. Now, again, with this, when you have a treatment like this doesn't mean that you're never going to see pests again in your home. Again, what it does is it creates a barrier around the outside, and so when pests pass through that, they're going to end up dying quickly after that. So again, it basically will prevent them from amassing great numbers, nesting in your home, breeding, creating different issues like that. So again, it's not 100% effective that you'll never see a pest ever again if you have an outside treatment. Again, this doesn't last forever, and then pests still can walk through that. But again, once they do go through that, they're going to die very quickly after that. So it prevents basically any large issues happening because they're dying before they can take hold and be left unchecked in your home. That's another thing that we really recommend. Another prevention strategy you can use for yourself is going to be maintaining your yard and making sure there isn't really any leaves or debris or wood piles, different things like that touching your home. So one thing that you want to do is definitely make sure that your lawn is consistently mowed, that the grass doesn't get out of control, because a lot of pests will hide out there, from fleas to ticks, ants, and more, when you have very tall grass in your yard. Especially if you have pets, they can bring pests in as they're going through the tall grasses in your yard as well. Another thing that sometimes people will do is they'll leave piles basically, or debris like sticks and twigs and branches throughout their yard during the year where they don't clean that up. And that can be a great harborage point, or basically where pests like to live and hide out, again, for pests. So that could again be ticks, ants, fleas, different things like that. So you want to make sure that you're cleaning up those leaf piles. Again, that could be outside, that could be leaves and debris in your gutters, different things like that. Another thing that you can do is making sure that there isn't any debris or plants or tree branches that are actually touching your home, because the easiest way for pests to get in, like I said, is through those entry points. And if their homes, the plants, the trees where they normally hang out are touching, and there's very easy access to your home, it just leads to them getting in as well. So make sure that you don't have your plants like outside of your home directly touching it, or again, different tree branches that are touching the roof or the sides of your home. And again, even if they're relatively close, because pests can jump, especially when it comes to like rodents and different things like that, they can climb over from branches and get in your home that way. So again, another thing that people do is they'll pile wood up on the side of their home, right? Maybe they have a fireplace, or they like to have bonfires, whatever the case might be. And a lot of different pests will live in like dying and dead and decaying wood. So it's kind of like you're setting up an apartment complex for pests right next to your home, especially if it's touching and hanging out there. So make sure that if you have wood piles, different things like that, put it by a shed, put it on the other side, keep it away from directly touching your home, because again, you're creating that great harborage for those pests, and they can just easily come in if they're directly touching your home. So, hopefully you guys got some benefit and value out of those 3 tips. If you implement those: exclusion, getting that outside treatment, and then maintaining your yard and keeping, pest homes away from your house, you can do a lot of good and reduce pest numbers. So again, feel free to comment and share if you got some benefit from this. And then if you do have pest issues, be sure to head on over to rovepestcontrol.com. And if you're a first-time customer with us, head on over to rovepestcontrol.com/50 off. You can enter your information there to get $50 off your first service with us. So if you have specific pest issues, you want to set up that barrier treatment or anything in between, again, head on over to rovepestcontrol.com. And if you happen to be a first-time customer, go to rovepestcontrol.com/50 off and get that great discount. But thanks again for tuning in. We'll talk to you more soon.